Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of the Lodge at Endsmeet. Now, before we dive into today's session, let's go ahead and give one of our players an opportunity for a point of inspiration by giving us a recap of what happened last time. And Emily, you have both volunteered and been volunteered. So, by all means, take it away.
I was not in the session, but I did listen to it very carefully and with great relish. At the top of session 78, well, I should say at the bottom of session 77, we ended on the incredible reveal that Claudia's brother Jericho, who had died in the first arc of this campaign, was in fact reincarnated as a character that we had already met. A white-haired mercenary called Alexander Keel, who rode a wyvern named Hush. Claudia put that together at the end of last session, and then after she kind of like came back to herself, Targon, the cleric, told her that she had had a vision given to her by Pyrrhus, and his visions, because he's one of the first gods ever, like really impact the world. So Claudia gathered everybody together, except for Tess, who is still kind of like recovering her room, to basically tell everyone that Jericho had been reincarnated as Keel, and had been hanging around. Artie for a minute was sure he was an owl, which is very funny. And the party, kind of like the next little bit, was the party basically talking about what do we do about this, because Keel, as Jericho, is kind of hanging out and clearly doesn't want to like really move on with the life, but also if we know directly and we address him directly, Pyrrhus basically said that he would kind of become undone because his pact or whatever it is that let him be reincarnated wouldn't work anymore. And so there was some discussion of like how to get a message to Jericho indirectly. Artie suggested Magic Mouth. Velen suggests writing a song about letting go that we could sing on watches. After that wasn't really resolved, but like some ideas were thrown around. Nazik arrived, and we met AJ's new character. Welcome, AJ! A glasses-wearing half-elf with a long duster coat and a tech contraption on her hand. Nazik introduced her as the broker that sold the piece of Elatheum that Artie got after we had visited the Feywild. She introduced herself as Quill Featherfoot, and wanted to know where we had gotten that item, and Artie explained that we were in the Feywild, but like in the conversation it kind of eventually came out that like the item actually was recovered in our house, and we kind of Artie had kind of assumed that it had come from the Feywild, and he just happened to notice it after we got back, so it's not really clear if it came from there or not. We also were all asked to decide the handedness of our character because Quill picked up on that. Artie's a lefty, Claudia's a righty, Velen's a lefty, Cliff is a righty, and so is Tess. Quill described the thing that Artie sold, the Elatheum, as kind of like, and by the way, I think this is the first time that some of our party members had heard about it, because he just didn't tell us what he had found when he found it. And Quill described it as kind of like a compressed diamond of magical potential, basically. The kind of thing that you would really need to like the most powerful magic in the world could channel this thing. And she's looking for it for research purposes. Artie gave her a sketch of the Elysium, which just literally was a circle, which was very funny. And the Quill had the best reaction to Artie that I've ever seen, which was to look everyone else in the eye and say, "So all the time, huh?" It was great. Quill joins our party with the intention of trying to figure out like how the hell such a powerful artifact got sent to our house when we plane shifted. Artie shows her a bunch of stuff in the bag of, basically Artie like thinks she's another artificer because she looks like one, and has a clear respect for craftsmanship, and so he basically like lays out a bunch of the stuff in his bag. He like takes her into the basement and shows her the studio and the workshop. He also kind of offhandedly mentions that we used to have an Anthalar, but then he gave it to Magos, like just wild things. Quill yells down the stairs to ask who's in charge, and after some deliberation, it's decided that Selite is in charge. Quill is exasperated, and seems kind of very much like, how did this ragtag bunch of people end up with this very powerful magical item? Artie explains kind of where it happened in its presence, and kind of tells the story of how like we went to go rescue Lily, and it explains kind of where it showed up. And Quill decides to stick around, partially because, quote, we don't make any sense, which is true. But Velen warns her that dangerous shit does happen when we're around, and Quill does not seem in the least bothered by that, and says that in return for hanging out with us, she can open some physical and metaphorical doors for us. Velen insight checks this and doesn't sense anything devilish or infernal about her motives, which is a good thing to check considering that we're being pursued by people like that. And it seems like the offer is made out of curiosity. Claudia also sniffs and gathers that Quill smells like grease, peat, and evergreen, and Cliff smells like tangy sweat, soft dirt, and tempered beeswax. Artie talks about the largely unverifiable impressive accomplishments that we have had so far. Although apparently, like Quill did hear through the grapevine that a green dragon was slain in Southern Aurelia. Artie kind of like goes to Nazeek's and sells Braze, and gets his cut of the Elithium. I think I said it right at the beginning of the session. Now I can't anymore. Elithium, thank you. We apparently the name of the buyer was, I think, Gracious Belazir. Gracious, is that the guy's name?
Yes.
It was hard. It was a little bit hard to hear. We got a receipt of purchase, and after Nazeek's cut, the party got 30K of gold, which the kind of everyone except for like Quill basically split between us. Quill said that she was comfortable enough in the woods, and when we went to see Solite, she kind of like picked up on a couple of notes about the Sentinels of Shine and about Old Knuckle. Claudia told Solite about the potential hag in the woods, and Solite said that that's actually just Sophie, the sorceress that had made the like town protecting pact through 2-6. And apparently she's just going through a phase where she's Mother Grackle, which is,
but it's one she's been through before.
It's apparently one that she's been through before. This is crazy, but we're leaving town. I don't know what to make of that at all. The original Wild Hearts get a fuck ton of gold, and then Velen retrieves Tess from her room. Claudia and Quill go to get some horses, and we rent the horses, and Claudia covers Quill, and we finally get on the road. The first thing that happens is some treasure rolls. Tess, with her passive perception, sees a sunken cart by the side of the road that seems like it had gotten caught up in like a landslide. So Claudia pulls it out, and it is at this point that we see the first kind of like inkling that like Quill kind of like understand what Quill's skill set is, because she really can open doors. She figures out immediately that the stuff is trapped. The chests that we find in there are trapped, and she opens them with this like powerful dispel magic charm that seems to come from her rig that's on her hand. We also notice, I can't remember, I didn't write it down who, but probably Artie, somebody noticed that there's a sigil on the chest that matches the sigil that Lane had worn in the Astral Sea. We rolled a 1 on the loot table. Artie, I think it was Douche rolled a 1 on the loot table.
Nope, it was me.
I
will take that honor.
Good job. Rolling 1
which
on
is
the
why
loot
Claudia
table,
opened that chest,
which got us a astral cloak for Artie, so he looks very much like a wizard and is very, very cool, and you can cast like magic missiles and teleport all over the place and teleport into the astral plane. Crazy. But even more important than that, we found a luck blade with 1 wish in it. Velen immediately, the paladin side of Velen, I'm sure, immediately wanted to like undertake a quest to like get this blade back to the house that it belongs to, but Claudia kind of argued her down to sort of be like, we could get my brother back. And Velen sort of insists that we should talk to Tess first to like solve and maybe like figure out to solve a problem with the Gledalax, something like that. The air was kind of tense with argument, but no decision was actually made. And Artie kind of reluctantly, we were like, okay, Artie can have the sword in the bag of holding. Claudia then had a little conversation with Tallow, where Tallow advises her on the question of basically whether it was worth destroying her relationship with her party to insist that the wish should be Jericho's, because it's probably not, it might not even be possible to get him back, because a wish spell of that kind of, if you use it in that way, it would kind of like bend reality, and it doesn't always work. And we got some interesting lore on Tallow that apparently when he was like an ancient old enough vampire, he tried to use a wish to bend reality to not be a vampire anymore, and it didn't work. So we now know that like if you wish for something beyond the spell's parameters, it's probably like mechanically it's probably a dice roll. He also mentioned that if you try to do that, you will be scarred by the weave for like all time. So he kind of like encouraged her to think about the consequences of that choice, which was really interesting. And that was kind of like we sort of like stopped there, but after that, Tess and Velen had a little RP scene during which we kind of said, because I wasn't in the session, that Tess just sort of stayed with the horses, and Velen basically told her about the Wishblade, and they talked about that a little bit. And Tess's first instinct, because she's still charmed by Seeker, was like, we could get Seeker back. And then it was like, wait, no. And they talked a little bit about what could be done, and it seemed like Velen was in favor of using it somehow for Tess's quest, to maybe find the person that we're looking for, that hired the oh my gosh, I know this is my quest line, I should know, the Seventh Trevlis, to assassinate members of clerics of the Gledolac, which obviously like Tess is for, but of course is hesitant, and Velen has to remind her like, hey, your things are important too, and we can use resources for those things. And so we talked about that. Tess also seemed in favor of maybe using the wish to sever Talos' ties to Claudia, because she's not really happy that like Claudia was not really given a choice in the matter when that happened. It was sort of a like live or die sort of situation. But in true form, Velen kind of points out like this, she seems to still be Claudia, and it's not really impeding her goals or her ambitions. And so they have a really like interesting little conversation about how Tess was sort of like, you kind of sound like Jamito, kind of prioritizing and thinking about her perspective, and Tess kind of self-reflects on how like it's interesting that she's not doing that in the same way that she should be right now, which makes sense with what she's going through at this moment. But at the end of that conversation, Tess also kind of notes, because it of course didn't occur to Velen, she was like, hey, a wish could be a pretty powerful curse breaker too. So that's also another thing that theoretically we could use a wish for. But Tess was primarily advising caution, not the least because she literally cannot have a clear head about this until after a week passes, when she kind of knows whether or not she's going to be a vampire, because until that time she's still going to be charmed by Seeker. Echo and I also did a little RP that is set before this, which kind of happened before we left on this quest, where Tess asked for Vera, the cleric of Valkeen, to come and talk to her, because, quote, she needed somebody that she couldn't bullshit. Which was a good choice, because they had it like, she kind of explained what had happened to Seeker, and Vera, that had like a good and like theoretically little bit romantic even relationship with Seeker, was like immediately like hurt and upset, but then also furious because of diablerie, and it was complicated. And then she kind of like asked Tess what she was feeling, and Tess in a very kind of out of character moment like actually told her the truth, and was sort of like, this sucks and I'm not good at it, and I feel like I was mourning my dad. And I gave her a wisdom save when Vera was like, do you feel like Seeker earned that the same amount of grief? And Tess said yes, because she rolled a natural 2. So she doesn't really quite know how she's feeling, but they had a really good moment, and Tess kind of like had to self-reflect and sort of came to the conclusion that like kind of actually figured out like, oh, Jamino isn't mad at me because I ghouled myself. She's mad at me because I ghouled myself, as a way to like escape my problems and to sort of like experience oblivion, which is what I've been doing this whole time, and I'm repeating a pattern, and I should stop doing that. And so Viera gave her some good advice about being strong for her friends and being strong for herself and her party, because clerics are kind of the moral anchor, whether they like it or not, in a lot of ways. So that was a good scene, and that is what happened in the last 2 weeks.
Okay, very thorough. You've earned a point of inspiration for that recap, and we will pick up right where we left off, basically, as you guys have just, well, looted a carriage.
They weren't using it.
They certainly were not. It would be weird if they were. You guys are still on the old pitch road, heading away from Endsmeet towards the main road that leads south and north. The road does also lead all the way up to Augur City, if you chose to go that way. It is called the Silmir Fallaway. This is a road, Cliff, that you are very familiar with. Hold on a minute. No extra credit. She's already earned inspiration for the RPs during the week, so no, Sal. Shut up.
What?
Don't read
Now
chat.
pitched extra credit for you for not recapping a session you weren't even there for.
Oh.
We appreciate you dearly.
We do appreciate you.
But it is maybe late in the afternoon, and you guys have a bit farther to go before you make it to the Silmir Fallaway. And you have your horses, you have your gear, you can resume your travel, unless there is a conversation that needs to happen, which I'm sure there are many. But by all means, take it away, everybody.
Yeehaw.
Not all at once.
Tess, who is obviously quiet, partially because I wasn't there, but I think also just because she's sort of like glommed in on herself. She's sort of like curled in on herself a little bit. She is going to. I don't think she's going to initiate a conversation, but she will very pointedly kind of like ride near Claudia when the road allows it. When the road allows it and is wide enough for two horses, she will just make sure that she kind of like is just a presence nearby and is kind of like insight checking her, just like trying to like get a sense of how she's doing after feeling a big way about the Wishblade. I don't think she's going to make her talk or anything. She just wants to like let Claudia know gently that she is there.
So, but are you actively inciting her?
Yeah.
Roll it.
I'm trying to, but
Yeah,
you roll a 1.
Oh, okay. Well, she's
in the soup.
She is still in the soup, so she doesn't do it very well.
Well,
but she is nearby.
So it's still an 11. So Claudia, it depends on how open you are. If you're trying to conceal your feelings, you can roll a deception. Or if you're not, it's just you're gonna relate
Is
to
it a private DM roll?
It would be, yes.
Let me check my modifier. Un momento.
Oh, take your time. Hey,
It went to you.
Yeah. Well, Tess, you can't read Claudia. She seems locked up real tight.
That's still information. That she's locked up tight is still information.
She like middle distance, you know, I don't think her horse would be in the lead, you know, so she's kind of plodding along with Peanut Butter somewhere in the middle and just kind of like not looking anywhere specifically, but kind of like the kind of look someone gets when they're mulling things over.
Totally fair.
But there's no particular emotion that you can see besides the thoughtfulness.
With that awareness, as everyone's atop their mounts and slowly meandering along the old pitch road, which road is a strong word at this stage. With the winter coming in, it's the middle of January, things are very cold, the snow has been falling down densely, and there is lots of ice underfoot. The horses are handling it just fine, but it is making the path that you're going very clear. It's either the fairly trodden pathway carved through the snow, or it's dense woods. There's not really anywhere in between, so a survival check is not necessary to follow the old pitch road at the moment. So, as you guys are making your way through this, I'd love to know what your marching order actually is. So, who is in front?
Well, I just said I was in
You just said you're not, so it can't be you. Who might actually be in front?
Cliff knows this area.
Because he's
yeah,
exactly.
He's been in this way before.
Yeah, Cliff's got a spider in his head. It knows the way.
Ugh.
Who's next to Cliff? We're gonna go left to right. Who's in second?
I could be in second.
Velen.
Claudia.
And then... Okay. Then Claudia. And as we've described, Tess kind of meanders up next to her. Which leaves us to Artie and Quill.
Middle.
I'd be on. What
You
side?
can't
I'd
be
on
middle.
the-
You can be behind Tess or behind Quill.
what? Behind Quill.
Okay, so
Wait,
Quill,
wait,
you've
between
been
the back?
volunteered to be in second to last.
I was like, Quill.
No, I'm not in the back.
I was like, Quill would take the
How
back,
about
kinda
Artie
keep an
goes
eye
in
on
front
everyone.
of Claudia between Velen?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, there's no shot on being in the back.
Well, like, we don't hear anything. We turn around, Artie's gone.
Yep.
Got eaten by something bigger than him.
So, 5 horses and a large ferret meander their way down
Oh, god damn
the
it.
old pitch road.
This is the reality that dude just foisted upon us.
This is what we
Yep.
have. Cliff, you're in front. Quill, you're in back. I need a perception check from both of you, please.
Perception.
$21 from
Jesus.
Quill, 18
Off a
from
2.
Cliff. She can't roll below a 10.
I know.
All right. Quill, you find this party and its oddness distracting. That being said, you still are quite good at keeping an eye out. With a 21, Quill, there is a moment where far off in the distance, far southeast, which you are aware is inevitably the direction the party is going to have to be going, you hear the loud of a tree snapping. Now, that tree might have snapped from snow weighing it down, or it might have snapped from something larger. It is impossible to tell from here, but it is, in a quiet day, the sound that stands out to you above all else, over the horse's hooves padding through the snow, over what quiet conversation is happening. You hear that.
Okay. A tree just falling. I think I'll note the direction and maybe pay particular attention, but I don't think I would do more than that for now.
Okay. In that case, Sleepy, please roll me a d6.
Certainly.
Certainly.
A 3. Okay. The afternoon presses on into the evening, and it begins to get very cold. Velen. Cold sucks.
It does. I mean, I have my my cold resistance,
You do, so you don't suffer any damage.
but I still hate it.
You do hate it, and I'm going to ask you for a wisdom saving throw.
She got turned into an icicle once, AJ.
I sure did.
Oh no.
Cone of cold.
Velensicle.
Technically, she did die to cold.
I did die.
There was no technically, she for sure died.
It's a 7.
For sure, that's cold.
Technically is the best kind of Cully. With a 7, Velen, that memory of that statue blasting the freezing air just keeps replaying. It keeps passing through your mind as every harsh wind, every puff of snow that crosses in front of your face, you cannot help but relive that moment, if only briefly. For the moment, Velen, you are frightened.
What time of day is it at this point?
It's evening. It's like 7 o'clock right now. And it's getting dark. So, as you are
Maybe
approaching
we
the
should-
Sumer Followay, you might want to find camp.
Cliff, are you any good at spotting camp places?
I do fairly well.
Or maybe Larry is?
I still have the hut.
Sure,
I can
but
find us a good spot.
yeah, let's find a good spot and then set up the hut.
Velen, at the idea of
Velen
stopping
is
for
like-
camp, you want to hurry. You are eager to not be traveling in this wind.
Don't. Yeah, we need to get off the road. It's fucking freezing out here.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll a survival for me there, Cliff.
Do I have advantage because I kind of know the area? Or-
You would, except you keep getting nagged and pushed by this freezing bard behind you.
All right, that's
He's
fair.
like vibrating in her saddle, like.
17, well enough. You find a spot that is basically a nook off of the old pitch road. It is a copse of trees that looks like it was carved out at some point by loggers or maybe a large creature. And it is big enough that it would be easy to set up camp here.
Right. Have a look at our home for the night.
All right. You can do your thing, Velen.
Yeah. Velen starts to ritually cast her hut.
Mm-hmm.
And she keeps like looking over her shoulder and like freaking out at shadows. And then she says, "Fuck it." And she just casts it.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Gonna burn the spell slot. She casts the 3rd level spell and there's just like, instead of spending 10 minutes and just like, whoom, here is the purple roofed.
It does still take a minute,
but
unfortunately, but
It
yes.
still takes a minute, but it's not. But she's just like, I hate this. Everything sucks. 10-foot mobile dome of force. 9 creatures of medium size or smaller.
Yeah. You do so.
1 minute
And-
is not 10.
Yeah, and she sits down inside it, and she kind of curls up into a little ball and hugs her knees and just like glowers at the wall, which isn't a wall, you can see through it.
It is
opaque from
pleasantly
the outside.
warm in here, though.
It is warm inside.
Okay.
I think this is Cliff's first time seeing this, so he's just gonna drop the wood that he was carrying and just be like, "All right then."
Yeah. It's usually where we sleep when we're on the road.
I mean, if we want to eat food that isn't trail rations and want to cook something, then we'll still need a fire, but we can be warm in here.
This
It's great,
is
Velen.
a vibe of what it looks like, though please ignore the strange old man turning into a moose. It is what it is. I can't do anything about him.
Can we
Who's that guy?
like
What did I
out
just
of
say?
curiosity, like I know that it's kind of warm of its own accord because it's magic in the dome, but like can we build a fire in the dome, or is that a thing to do outside?
So smoke can pass through the dome without harming you. So
Oh,
you
neat.
can
Okay,
create
cool.
a fire in the dome
We
if you
just
want to.
hotbox ourselves.
It will be very
Die of
toasty.
Carbon monoxide.
Well, you might hallucinate some ghosts, but it is what it is.
So, who wants to take first watch?
Take care of it.
Gentlemen.
Oh, okay. You and Cliff.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and pull you over to the camp watch order as we
Gonna have a
select.
party.
I can watch, but I can't leave the dome. So
That's fine.
I would like to state for the record that Tess is kind of like hovering around Velen, and it's clear that she wants to help, and it's also clear that she like at certain times like seems like she wants to like put a hand on her shoulder or something, but very clearly does not do that. I say this for the record. I mostly say it for Quill's benefit because she's observing us.
True.
So,
Now
Tess,
observant she be.
which watch do you reside upon?
Oh, what a good question. I think Quill.
I think every watch is loaded.
Yeah.
I think
Okay, so first watch. Artie and Cliff, if one of you could please give me a perception with advantage from the other one, or you can both roll your own perceptions. I don't care which.
Roll our own.
All right.
We die like men.
I rolled a 1.
We die like gnomes.
Like gnomes. Nice.
All
Okay,
right.
10's perfectly average, Cliff.
Cliff is reading, and that's why he's distracted.
He's reading his books.
Cliff, how many magic items do you have?
I think 3. Nope. 4.
No. You got any open space for really magic item?
I only have one thing that I'm.
Okay, here. And I hand you a ring.
Uh,
Put that on.
I'm not. I don't think we know each other well enough for that.
Oh, well, you're gonna get to know me. I'll be your protector. Take it.
I.
Take it.
Uh,
Just fucking take it.
he will like very slowly reach out and take the ring.
I'm holding it to put it on your finger, not hand it to you.
Oh, I love that.
He'll just hold his hand
Extra
open,
awkward.
palm up.
I kind of adjust and I put it on the finger.
Why?
Hey, it's gonna help. What?
Why?
You're the big beefy boy up front. Take this. It's a ring of protection. Plus, I got this dope ass robe, so I don't need it anymore.
Get beefy boy.
Very kind of you. I'm afraid I don't have much to offer you. I can give you some gold.
I wasn't asking. What else? You want some other shit?
No, I'm alright.
What? Here, take this. It fits your aesthetic, and I hand you a wand of magic missiles.
Oh,
In case you're ever far away, and you can't punch stuff.
just points. He just points to the giant bow on his back.
Ow. This is not magic, is it?
It is.
Ah, fuck. Okay, give me my wand back. There's too many wands.
Here you
You're a
go.
wizard, Artie.
And you recognize that it is a war bow, the same as the one from your duel.
Yeah. You want
Uh,
anything else?
I'm alright. Do you need anything?
Yeah, I need you to be alive because I don't want to get hit by stuff.
I'll be alright.
Alright, cool.
As you're having this conversation, Cliff, with that 10, you notice as you're talking or moving about, you notice a pair of eyes tracking you.
Hmm?
From Artie's shoulder, the large ferret has apparently taken notice, and you see the big ferret eyes are staring squarely at Larry. And you
He's just gonna
notice
cover
Barry's
Larry
like
with a hand.
tongue just like he's found a snack.
Yeah, he's just he's fairly used to this. He's just gonna cover Larry with a hand.
In your head, Artie, you hear, I know he's still there. It'll be there.
I know. Try not to make eye contact. Maybe it'll stay in there if we don't look.
It won't stay in there long. I will get it.
Oh no. That's like a magical being. He might grow really big.
It'll
Let's
taste
just not
magical.
poke. Yeah, no. Don't poke the sleeping bear. What if it turns into a giant
It's
spider?
not a bear, it's a spider, and I'm going to eat it.
Or a giant spider. That's even worse.
I'm a giant ferret.
Here.
I can handle it.
I have. You get 2 berries. You get 2.
Oh,
I've never
berries?
given
You said
two.
where? Berries?
Yeah, here 2.
Immediately, you see like the ferret's eyes like switch down to the berries and like cat's eyes huge. Just seems distracted enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
if I notice that he likes berries, I can have Larry cast Good Berry.
Larry Berry.
Well, that
You know
might
what
be
this is
useful
called?
in the future.
Those are his favorite kind of berries.
Okay, so
Does Larry like pop out and do a spell?
like Larry leaves like a little ball, and it rolls into Cliff's hand before like popping into a berry.
Okay. So a good berry rolls into your hand from a spider web. That's a horrible image. You suddenly have a good
From your
berry in your
eye.
palm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hate that.
Did you just cry a berry?
I've thought long and hard about all of these transitions, and they're all equally terrible.
Did you just cry a berry?
No, I'm Cliff. Larry can cast Good Berry.
Oh, hey, berry.
Hmm.
The spider can make the good berries you like. Don't eat them.
I accept this compromise. Please give me the berry. Please.
Cliff is, already has his hand outstretched.
The ferret just like stretches out insanely long, and just like eats the berry straight out of your hand. And you hear this strange, really high pitched like trill as the ferret makes a satisfied noise from eating the good berry. This has been the best adventure.
More berries to come.
That is all that happens during your watch, but that you can see. There might be stuff.
I don't know about it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, from a distance, check out Quill's little arm mechanic gadget thing.
Okay.
Maybe from like the corner. Like I'm probably going further than I would normally be, just so I don't look suspicious. And I'm like trying to scope in with my glasses, but they're used for like close range, so it's not really working well.
So like while you're sitting across from the fire, just suddenly like these crazy binocular eyes out towards Quill. Yeah, not subtle. I'm pretty sure. Well, Cliff, you see that. Artie is just like full like telescope lensing in the direction of Quill. Roll an investigation at disadvantage because the eyes of minute seeing require it to be close.
Gotcha. That's a 24.
24. So Quill, well, hold on. Let me check a thing. Okay. It is hard to determine anything about Quill's gadgetry at the moment. As she is sleeping, it seems as though much of the arcanics of this hand device are dormant or hidden. And you can see it's got an exoskeleton on her hand, but you don't know what it does. And that almost drives you crazy.
Yeah.
That you cannot see what it actually does.
I need to know if she manually recharges it, if it's a magical item that recharges from the weave, what's going on there, you know?
Well, unfortunately, it's... Quill is just naturally sneaky enough that you can't tell.
Yeah.
All right. Next watch. Velen, you are awoken by Artie and Cliff.
It's my turn. All right. Anything happen?
No.
All right.
Nothing at all.
Too cold for mischief, I guess. Sleep well.
Oh yeah. Cliff cries berries. Good night.
What? Never mind. No, go to sleep. I'll probably forget by morning, but I'll ask Cliff about it later. All right. So, what? Perception, I guess.
Perception, yes.
Am I still frightened?
No, it's nice and warm in here. You've kind of dozed and let that the gnawing fear diminish.
It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Roll me a D100.
$49.
Okay. With a dirty 20, at some point during your watch, you see a huge, very tall antlered moose prowl near the hut. But it doesn't come very close, and it doesn't stick around. So unless you're going to do something with it, that's all that
No,
happens.
I've heard moose can be nasty. I am.
A moose bit my sister once.
Yeah, thank you. I knew someone would help me there. Yeah, no,
What?
I'm not. It's a Monty,
Monty
Python.
Python.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna harass the moose. I'm just gonna sit quiet.
All right. As your watch passes without further incident, unless there is something you wish to do in your free time, we will move on.
Yeah, I think she's. I think she has her. Nothing in particular. Like she's got some notes with her and is sort of vaguely noodling with bad rhymes, but she's
Okay.
not really doing anything.
Eventually, you do awaken Claudia for her watch, and in this moment, Felon, I need you to make a charisma saving throw as you settle in to go to
Okay.
bed.
I love the random saving throws that Valen has to make these days.
Yeah, aren't they fun?
Doesn't scare me at all.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Don't worry about it.
Jesus.
You go to bed, Claudia.
Yeah. Go to bed.
It is your turn, so please roll me a perception.
Is it smell based?
No, it's not.
Oh. Could be.
You can choose to sniff if you want, but it
Yeah.
will then... Okay, so roll me 2 separate perceptions. A straight one and then one at advantage.
My D&D Beyond isn't working. Like, I've connected it, but, like, when I click the button, it just brings up the skill.
Use the Foundry page. Or use your real
Okay.
dice.
Okay, so the first roll is for... It doesn't have my new advanced perception, so I'm just going to put the modifier in here. So this is for my eyes. 15.
Okay.
And then this is for my nose. It's the first roll. Oh my god. And the second roll. So yeah, this is one of the noses, the nose. The nose knows. So much better. 29 was my better nose roll.
Okay, well, the thing is, you look out the dome, and you see the occasional wildlife. A jackrabbit bouncing between trees. A moose wandering in the distance. What you smell is bitter cold. You smell the icy wind that seems to chill and mute the aromas of everything outside the dome. On the air, you can smell a distant marking of a wolf pack.
Ooh, friends.
You smell the moose, you smell other wildlife nearby, but you make a note that there seems like much less game in the area than you would expect. But then again,
Something
it's
scared them off.
winter as well.
Mhm.
That's all you perceive.
Claudia would like to have a little conversation.
Oh?
Guess who?
The
Mr.
moose?
Tallow?
Oh. Okay. You hear... I am here.
You said something earlier today that had me thinking. If you wouldn't mind answering a question or two.
I am always available to answer your questions.
How did this happen? And she'll like tap the vial.
Hmm.
You
We
know,
are
it's weird. I
getting-
haven't ever asked you that.
We are getting personal.
Well, we've been together for a little bit, and you know all about me.
It's not so long ago that the gods were not on this realm. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
It is also not so long ago that I desired more than this empty loneliness. That would have been my eternity. Do you know what a phylactery is?
Does she?
Are you proficient in Arcana?
Yes, I am.
Roll Arcana.
Okay. 24. Yeah,
Why?
I know all about
Why do you know
phylacteries.
all this about phylacteries?
Well,
You
she
know-
was raised by vampires.
That's true. You know that a phylactery is an item or items that are used to contain the soul of a person. Generally used by a lich as a connection between the lich and the mortal world that keeps them bound there.
Yes, I do know what it is.
Well, before this current circumstance I find myself in, it was one of my goals to return to a mortal form.
Right.
This is the result of one of my failures. Without divine magic, the soul has nowhere to go. With divine magic, the soul will find its way to the astral sea and off to whatever afterlife is deemed its future. Without divine magic, the souls float all around, and it's where most of these myths about terrible spirits are really just lost souls unable to escape, and many of them still linger despite, well, Tysus's efforts to put them away where they belong. When I was still of the mortal coil, but dead regardless, I wished to change that. I wished to go back to a mortal form. Obviously. One of the ways to do this, so I'd researched, was the reverse of a ritual from a lich, the restoration of an undead to a living being. I thought, if ancient necromancers before the silence could do it, why couldn't I? Well, it turns out there is a very key ingredient one requires. Divine magic. Without divine magic, my soul was rended from the corpse that was my body, and forever bound within my phylactery. This. It seems as though the magic has bound my dead soul to this object, as if it is the body of a living being. And so my soul is stuck in this prison.
What happened to your body?
I imagine it is where I left it.
Oh. Do you think it decayed at all?
Oh, yes.
Oh. Where did you leave it?
At the top of my old tower. Though I doubt you're going to find any time to go investigate. It is on the northwestern edge of Procellus. The island,
I've
not the
never
city.
been there. Ah. I guess. Well, now that you're in this kind of way, what do you want? Besides to eat.
What do I want? A release from my prison inevitably would be nice, though I do not deem that likely to be in my near future.
Like you want to go to the afterlife?
It would be nice, at the least, to be walking the realm once again. If that's not possible, a final rest, likely in one of the hells, is where I'm doomed to follow.
Oh.
But it would be better than, no offense to your company, this.
Would you... So you did all of this because you wanted to be mortal again, because you were lonely as a vampire, but if you had to be a vampire again, would you take that? Is it better than this?
Yes. And no, in ways. For one thing, I'm no longer responsible for my hunger. You are. Which
Yeah.
is slightly freeing, especially ethically. But at the same time...
Is it?
Oh, yes. I no longer have to decide whether a mortal is worth keeping alive or eating. You do.
Uh-huh.
It's not an easy thing to live with.
No.
Or at least, it wasn't when I first turned. Over the years, you become quite callous to this sort of problem. Whether you like it or not, it's just part of your day-to-day.
Did you choose to become a kindred?
No. No, I did not. It was, pushed upon me by my brother.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. At the time, it was either that or death. Which I guess it was death in a way. And though at the time I appreciated it, now I would go back and rend him apart for doing it to me.
You'd rather die.
The novelty wears off after the first millennia.
Are you really that old?
5,232 years old.
That's really old.
Who's counting?
You?
Well, there's not much else to do in here, aside from wonder about existence and ask questions to those who can't answer them.
I see. Thanks for being honest.
What else am I going to do?
You could lie.
When you've lived long as I have, you find that deception serves you only in short terms, and you and I are anything but in short terms.
I appreciate what you told me today about considering my friends.
I am glad that you considered it properly.
It's important, and I want what I want very deeply, but it's worth more than an impulse decision.
I think so too.
That's all I wanted to say.
I am ever here.
Right.
So after that conversation with Tallow, Claudia, roll me a D100.
Okay. $27.
The rest of your watch passes without incident.
Claudia finishes out her watch reading her medical textbook in tandem with her common primer. It's painful.
Okay. All right. As you do that,
Did she make any progress?
yeah, roll me an intelligence check.
Okay. Just intelligence?
Straight intelligence.
A flat D20. 9.
9. It's a little slow. To the point where after like 30 minutes, you do hear, you know, I could grant you the means to understand any written language.
Really?
Yes, really.
Would that make me smarter?
It would make it easier for you to comprehend what you're reading. I
How
cannot...
would do that?
Uh,
I want to understand more.
well, as you grow, and we become more accustomed with each other's company, I can grant you more magic.
I'd like that.
Keep that in mind, then.
What's a subdermal hematoma?
Hold on. It sounds as though some sort of bruising beneath the skin.
Oh, why didn't they just say that?
Medical text. They never say anything they mean.
Oh.
She goes back to struggling with her book.
Yep. Eventually, your watch does end, and Quill and Tess are awoken by Claudia.
Mm-hmm.
How
Go ahead.
has Quill been? Like, has she been talking to people? Has she just been observing? Like, what's her vibe in the group right now, AJ?
You mean like before sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah, Quill would have been like making small talk and like chit-chatting as people were open to it, but also like the group came on pretty strongly as like bad things happen, so would like be trying to read the room, right? So
Sure.
like would have probably given you space if you had been standoffish.
I think Tess, I think the vibe that you would have gotten from Tess, she was in her room for a lot of this time. I don't know how clear it was what was going on with her, but when you saw her for the first time, she has a level of exhaustion. She looks like shit. Like, it's also maybe striking that she is a changeling that is clearly a changeling, which is kind of rare. She's got kind of like dark, like gray purplish skin and white hair, and her eyes are kind of two different colors, but she is very obviously a changeling. I think, because this is like the last watch, I think after too much time passes, Tess will kind of look up and go, "So you doing okay? I know it's a lot."
Yes, I'm doing just fine, I think. It's a lot to take in, and again, as I've continued to say, and today's just only added to it, a lot of really wonderful things seem to be happening to y'all. At least wonderful things seem to fall into your hands, so that's still confusing to me, but so far so good, I'd say.
All right. Well, you were here for one of the good days. Let me put it that way. The
Yes,
less wonderful stuff does kind of balance it out.
Yes, they've been hinting at that, and if you don't mind me saying, it seems like maybe you've been going through some of those tough days yourself, just from looking at you. So, here's hoping those days come to you as well, those good days.
Thanks. Yeah, we lost a friend yesterday, so balance in the universe and everything.
Well, I suppose balance and whatnot, but I'm terribly sorry for you.
Thanks. I just, out of curiosity, since I wasn't really there for the conversation, how do you know Nazik? Were you working for Nazik, or were you working for our buyer?
Well, I coming from the north, and I caught wind of the item being sold, and it's, as I said, it's a pretty special item, and so I came. Well, I have to admit, I was looking for a bit of travel. It was a good reason to be leaving, and so I came down here to see if I could learn more about the item and who'd come across the item.
So, you're a magic user? If you're interested in doing big magic?
Well, I'm not unfamiliar with magic, and you'll notice that Quill has like a book
Oh,
that
interesting.
she'll have been like kind of thumbing through and reading and just like kind of have on hand. It's clearly a book that has been read quite a bit. And she'll kind of like pat the book as you're talking about this and say, it could be about the magic, but there's a puzzle I'd like to solve, and I don't know, but I have this strong feeling that that item might help me solve the puzzle. And again, self-employed now, not I thought, why not come down here and see what I could learn?
Sure, that's understandable. I'm really not much for puzzles myself. Cleric, mysteries of the universe are kind of enough to be getting on with. Is it an earthly mystery? Fantasy mystery?
I'll smile and just hold the book up enough that you'll be able to tell it's a very old book. To say, very old puzzle at least. Not quite sure where it's coming from. Not quite sure where it's going. Trying to be open to whatever the option is.
Okay, it's always a good way to view the world, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I don't know much about you or anyone else in the group and where you're all coming from, but every once in a while there's a moment in life where you have to make a decision and decide if you're making choices or someone else making choices. And boy, it sure hopes to give yourself some direction if you decide to make the choice for yourself, and this puzzle seems to be the direction that I've decided to take.
Well, if you want a brief rundown, I think you should tell Velen that. I think that's a worthy ambition, and I think she'll think that too. And it's not a surprise that Artie likes you. He can kind of imprint a little bit on people, and clearly you're good with artifice. She kind of tips her chin up at the rig on her hand. And I know Artie's been dying to have other people to talk to that are on his level, which I'm certainly not in terms of mechanical stuff. So that's great.
Like a big smile. Well, I really, really appreciate the compliment. I was noticing all the things in your home there, and I don't know if I'm quite on the level of who I assume to be everything Artie has created himself, but I'm happy to talk about fixing and mending and creating things with anyone who's interested.
He loves puzzles. I'm not going to ask you to, tip your hand to us or anything, of course, but, I could think of many worse people to ask for help with the puzzle, is all I'm saying. I know he's a little, eccentric, and he doesn't always have the way with words that he thinks he does, but a more loyal and generous person I have never met.
I think Quill will just kind of smile and nod. And just see if I believe anything you're telling me, because that's just the kind of person Quill is.
Sure. Do you want me to roll anything about that, or do you can just make your own decision?
Well, I just rolled insight. I don't know if you want to roll against it or
Oh,
not.
sure. I'll absolutely roll persuasion against that, 100%. I too am having a difficulty with my D&D Beyond.
Yeah, it's like maybe the thing isn't compatible anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. These things happen. 27. Oh, you rolled higher than me.
Well,
yeah, I
those
mean,
are both very high rolls. What does Quill see, Tess, with a 29 insight?
Tess really and truly believes what she is saying. She's exhausted, but she really clearly loves the person that she's talking about, and knows him well, and is not trying to steer anyone wrong about him. And it's pretty clear that like she knows and acknowledges some of his flaws, but she wants you. It's clear that she wants you to like him.
Yeah, so like my smile maybe will like go from really big to kind of like soften, right? And I'll just say, well, I surely appreciate all the information. I can tell you really care about your people here, which I think is particularly important given I can tell how difficult today must have been for you. I have to admit, before we go to solving any big puzzles, tap the book again. I'm still quite confused how y'all keep ending up with all of these goods, like the sword.
Yeah,
Certainly.
And the Antelar and the Eletham. I know. I don't really understand it either, honestly. As a cleric, divine intervention is my guess, but could be anything. Luck, fate. Take your pick.
Well, I respect where you're coming from, but I have to admit, most of those words don't quite solve it for me.
I understand. Different people. But, you know, I think at the very least, we're about to try to solve a pretty grand puzzle ourselves. Which is not my best skill, let me tell you. But, you know, I appreciate your help, and hopefully we can return the favor if and when you decide that that's useful.
Very kind of you, and much appreciated.
I think Tess will just let the conversation settle after that and keep watch. She'll chat, though, if there's any, you know, if Quill feels like chatting.
Can I get perception checks from both of you, please?
Sure.
Jeez. Okay. Quill with a 29. In the distance, you swear you hear more of the sounds of trees snapping. But it's far. You're not sure how far, but it's the same sound you heard before. Tess with a 14, you don't hear that at all. You're
Sure.
It's just what you see outside the dome is snow falling.
And it's kind of coming from the same direction as earlier.
Yeah.
I'll kind of catch your attention, Tess, and kind of nod off in that direction. Like, you know this area better than me. What's over that way?
Do I know it's over that way?
Well, it's kind of the direction you're heading in. You know the road is that way. You know that there are lots of small, like, hamlets. You don't... Like, there's lots of little villages and stuff that follow the Silmir River, which
Sure.
the Silmir Followay, conveniently by the name, follows the Silmir River. So, you don't know of anything specific, but there's lots of things along the Silmir River. If that helps.
Sure.
I'm asking you because I noticed it earlier, but I've heard it a couple times more. During the watch, there's some trees falling over there.
Some trees.
What it
Tess will
seems.
look at the treetops. Is there anything particular? She got a 14, so probably not.
Not at all. You
Gotcha.
see, like, snow falling and darkness.
don't see anything.
Fair
But
enough.
We'll be on alert.
It might be something to make sure everyone's aware of.
Sure.
Your watch eventually does come to an end, as everyone can hit the long rest button. Which, Tess, would you have slept well enough to recover a point of exhaustion?
What a good question. Can I have a wisdom save about it?
Sure.
Did that roll? I don't know if that roll. It
A
did.
27. Perhaps it's being out on the road. Perhaps it's having a goal. Perhaps it's your conversations with the party or with Vera or with Velen. But maybe the sharp edge has dulled a little bit. And you managed to get a night's sleep.
It's good news.
Okay, so all of you can hit the long rest button. Go ahead and do so.
Do we still have 12 from Old Knuckles' food?
Yep, it doesn't go away till you lose it. And
Did I get Old Knuckles' food? I think I wasn't there.
You
Good.
weren't there. You were prepping Tess for the trip.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
There was hot chocolate too.
There was. And with that, you resume your travel. After eating a breakfast of rations and mounting back up on the horses, you all resume, following along the old pitch road.
And I would have made sure to share with everyone about hearing the trees fall in the morning over breakfast or whatever.
Okay.
Oh, do you think it's those hellhounds?
She
No,
kind of
because those
adds
were
to the group.
pretty stealthy.
True.
There aren't feather trees around here, are there?
No.
That
No,
would've
not
been a
at
much
all.
more fun explanation for tree noises.
Sure, but they're not for a while. They're not.
Yeah, pretty far away.
You
the
have to
closer we
get.
get to our Rakau.
You'll have to get past Rakau to run into feather trees, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah. As you guys resume travel, I assume the same marching order as before.
Yes.
Okay. I need someone to roll me a d8. I don't care who.
I got it.
Okay.
You've
Oh,
got it.
8.
Bam, bam, bam.
All right. Let's see. 8 hostile wyverns come no.
You've killed us, dude.
Hush.
The snow,
Hush.
yeah, it's all hush. 8. Let's see. Whoa. That's a cat,
Sorry.
I'm sure.
So-
Okay, so with an 8, the snow clears. The snowfall is very minor this day, and you can actually see under the shining light of Pyrrhus and Tyrrhus coming down through the treetops, and travel gets easier. The surface of the snow gets nice and hard and crunchy. And the ice underneath seems to almost like become brittle, though with each footstep, the horses find good solid purchase. You guys are making good time. And it is by noon that you finally arrive on the Silmir Fallaway, which kind of cuts away from the proper of Goldwood. And it's still in the Goldwood, but there's a lot more like open land, stretches of grassland that have been covered by snow and then encapsulated by more trees. It's a much easier place to see farther than the old pitch road. You're out of the middle of the woods and you're now passing through what's more like a sparsely wooded land. So let's go ahead and change the splash. Now, the road of the Silmir Fallaway is entirely defined to you by other wagon ruts, other horse prints, other people traveling along it. Now, the Silmir Fallaway is a busy road. It is the main highway that leads from, like, central Aurelia down all the way to Rakau. And so if there's any trade or land travel, this road is what they would follow. As you guys are making your way down it, you inevitably do run into some other travelers, other passers-by. Most of them are bundled up thick in traveling clothes. Dense, heavy cloaks and coats that make it impossible to really size up if anybody else is a bandit or a commoner or a merchant. Everyone is kind of hard to investigate. So if there's any investigation checks to try and determine who's carrying what, they're at disadvantage.
I trust these people.
Sure. One thing you guys do notice, especially Cliff, you don't see any guards or guardsmen patrolling the road. And you used to see them all the time. You would trip over them every mile or two, just patrolling. And now, not a one. Let me see here.
We might want to be on lookout. Something's going on here.
Is this
It's an ambush.
not normal for this
I
area?
wouldn't say that. There's just typically... We should have seen a lot of guards already. We haven't seen one.
That's okay. I'm not a fan of guards.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, fuck the
that's
police.
We
kind
kind of
of
are
an issue.
the guards a little bit.
Big
I mean,
That's
we're the rangers.
Mhm.
You know, the
Egad.
It's got the word "watch" in it.
On the main road, you would expect Aurelian guardsmen.
I would. I would expect guardsmen. I'm just saying that we can't really say "fuck the police" while we are being the police.
Yes.
At least not very
Fuck
well.
us.
Okay.
Echo, do we know anything? Is there a war happening, and do we know anything about it? And would that be relevant? And would Tess be able to roll history about it?
That was a lot of questions. Let's start with the first one. What?
Is there a war?
Is there a war happening?
Over the table? Yes.
Okay.
In character?
Does Tess know about it?
Probably not.
Yeah. Seems like maybe AJ's character would maybe know about it, but
That's
not
true.
so
Can.
much- Not so much Tess.
Quill absolutely knows about it, and we've talked about it.
Okay.
Cliff, roll me a history check.
I don't suppose this counts as the being around events that have happened around Endsmeet.
No, I'm afraid not.
It's a shame. All right,
Endsmeet
well,
is
let me
pretty
give this
isolated from
+0
the
on my
geopolitical
Yeah.
climate of Aurelia. With a 7, you have not paid attention to, like, what's going on in a while. You've been busy, basically. So, Cliff, it seems weird there's no guards out here. Quill,
Yeah,
you have a good idea why there's no patrol. And it's because things at the border are hot.
Yeah.
Whether you tell the party that is up to you.
I don't have to tell
What?
these assholes anything.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Right?
I'm trying to think about, like, so I'm new in this land. It's like going to have been like very obvious to me. I'm trying to think about like what exactly I would expect you all to know. So I think
It's
like,
true,
what
but we
Quill-
are speculating.
Yeah. So as you're speculating, right? I think Quill would kind of like, kind of step into the conversation and be like, well, I mean, isn't it possible they've just gone to the north?
Why?
Like all of them.
Yeah, it's cold. I mean, it's cold.
It's cold here, Artie.
Birds migrate to the north.
I don't think that's how guards work.
Maybe guard birds. They're all
Look,
Birds.
But
You
bird.
don't know
Killed
if those
Echo.
are- What if they're all Aarakocra? You know, you don't know.
Do Aarakocra migrate?
Yeah, they're birds.
Okay, I believe you without question.
Oh,
Well,
God.
it could be the bird thing, but I was thinking.
You
more of
like
the-
you see an Aarakocra traveler just like looking at you weirdly as you're walking by.
He didn't get the memo.
He's going
He's
north.
adopted. Yeah. He
Oh my
did. He was late.
It's just late.
Sorry, what were you
Quill,
saying?
you were
Quill?
actually explaining?
Yeah.
But it's just, it's that it could be the bird thing, but it could also be the fighting that's going on at the border.
Why are they fighting at the border?
The least politically informed party.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in the back of Beyond, and
Yeah,
we've
we
had
live
shit to
in
do.
Bumblefuck.
The why is beyond me. I can just tell you, there's a lot going on at the border. So if it's quiet down here, I could see people needing to go north.
That means we can commit crimes and no one will know.
In there.
In the air?
I mean, is there a
Oh,
particular
been there.
crime that you want to
No.
commit? Like, okay.
But after what happened in Shadowstead, I don't put anything past this group.
To be fair, no one remembers what
evil.
happened in Shadowstead.
Yep.
What the hell is Shadowstead?
Already, people died.
But they weren't
But
real.
they didn't know that, like, it didn't happen in
Yeah,
this timeline.
Never happened.
Let's not.
You
let's
can't
not freak
gaslight
out-
me. I saw people die.
No,
let's,
no, no.
let's not freak out the
I
people
mean,
that.
They died
listen.
for. Okay.
They were cultists first off, and they didn't exist.
No, they did, but they don't anymore.
Tess is like
That's for sure.
keeping very focused attention on the two people in this group to whom this conversation is absolute gibberish. And it's just sort of looking at
Guys,
trying
I
to like
told-
convey like it's okay, it's fine, don't worry about it.
Yes, I
Don't
already
worry
told-
about the nonsense that's currently happening.
I already told them both. We fought a beholder, and he wiped the town from existence.
That's
He did say that.
not exact. Well, all right.
That is kind of what
mean-
happened.
I mean, he didn't so much
That's how
wipe
I
the
understand it.
town from existence as when we destroyed him, the weird temporal hook in reality was resolved. So the tapestry like of time got like smoothed out, and the wrinkle that we were fucking up no longer exists.
I do wonder
I
what
look
the
at
big
Velen,
serpent
and I
would
look at
say
Cliff.
if he heard all this.
I look at Velen, and I
It
look
was
at
Dawes.
Cliff, and I look at Velen. I was trying to.
I think
put
he
it
would
in
probably
simple
sigh.
terms.
I mean, honestly, it's sort of exasperating, right?
Okay, hold on. I made the mistake of
What?
interjecting a stupid Azamar line from Dawes, whilst another
Yeah.
player was trying to talk, and thus distracted Sal completely from the player interaction. So please,
I'm
dude,
sorry, what's happening?
repeat what you
I
said.
just
I
said.
apologize.
I look at Velen, then I look at Cliff, then I look back at Velen, and I go, I'm just trying to keep it simple terms for them, you know? And I kind of like head nod over to Cliff. It's got a spider in there. It's got a spider in there.
Hey, close.
Cliff kind of like has eyes glazed halfway through what you
Yeah, it's not gonna. I mean, you're right, Artie. I mean, it's not gonna make sense no matter what we say, so we might as well leave it be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Quill's
know,
had like a notebook out and has been like writing things down as you talk and then scratching
No,
it out.
That
like, writing
crime
it down
didn't
and
happen
scratching it out.
anymore. You can't
Yeah, no,
write
it-
that down. It doesn't count.
Yeah, doesn't exist, and they were cultists.
When you look at Cliff, you see the spider in his eye is like half out, like sitting on the edge of the socket, and is from web knitting these tiny little web socks because it's fucking cold.
God. I love that.
Well, that's adorable.
Don't make this spider cute, Echo. I'm supposed to be disturbed.
It's cute though.
It's a spirit. It's not like an actual spider. It's a nature spirit.
But it's in his eye socket.
Yeah, And it's using it like a little shelf to sit on while it knits little socks for itself.
My goodness.
It's gonna put an apple pie out there one day
my
to cool
God.
off.
Anyway,
I love that.
I need someone to please roll me a d4.
I got it.
Okay.
Let's see what horrors I have wrought
Yeah,
for
max
4.
roll.
A 4! Okay. Before we resolve that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. So, as we resume, you guys are making your way down the Silmir Followway. This winding road that for long stretches runs right alongside the Silmir River. In the cold weather, ice breaks out over the river, and it seems as though in some places the river has almost gotten much, much narrower as the riverbanks are freezing over. But still, there is the fast-moving water flowing smoothly, creating this interesting mosaic of light on the nearby treetops. Anytime the sun's... Do we know what icy date it is?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, or else I wouldn't have put it in chat.
Sure.
I was just curious. It's not important.
Well, it's fine. It's January 22nd, 6072.
Thank you.
You're welcome. As you are following the Silmir Followway. You've been following this main road for a couple hours now, when Cliff, you're the one in front. You see it first. Aside from the travelers on the road, you see that there are 3 individuals standing on the side of the road. They're standing there in front of this dense, grouping of trees, where you can see there's a path that leads up into the trees. Beyond them, you cannot see into the forest. It's dense. However, these 3 are standing at the edge of the road. And as soon as they lay eyes on your group, as soon as these 3 people see the Wildhearts, see your group of travelers, dressed in all your gear, with all your equipment on your horses, one of them, who is a younger-looking woman, but all 3 of these look tired. They look hungry. They look cold. They look like they've been out and exhausted for a while. The younger woman holds up a sign that has marked on it in coal black lettering, "Help Giants." The next, you see there's this older man who is a human, but is dark-skinned. You expect likely from Trident or far west. He calls out and he says, "Oi! Are you mercenaries?" And you see next to him is an old, a very old human woman. And she's just looking at your group as you're approaching. This is what they look like.
Well, looks like this might not be so boring.
Insight
Our
check.
rangers.
Are they legitimate people in need?
Velen just goes, "We're Ends Watch. Do you need help?"
Yeah, so does Tess.
I'm not bothering to insight check.
Claudia,
Can I
roll an
insight check?
insight. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I also sniff them?
From
To
here?
Suss. So I'll sniff them.
Let's
sniff
start
in
with the
general.
insight check.
All right.
Just as soon as some sort of provocation, Claudia's just, breathing heavily as soon as she
Here.
sees them.
I rolled a 9 on the insight check.
They look desperate. They look hungry more than anything else.
They smell as bad as they look.
Yeah, roll perception and advantage as you sniff.
29.
29. They smell of fear. They smell of sweat. They smell of, exasperation. They seem like they probably need help of some kind.
Those guys need help.
Yeah, look at him.
I've determined.
Velen, as you call out Warren's watch, the old lady says, "Oh, desperately, if you don't mind."
Yeah, Velen will glance at the others, but then she's just gonna ride over and she's gonna sort of hoist up her shield and look very shiny and paladinly, honestly. Be like, hey, what's going on?
Paladin here.
Okay. So the human, they're all three are human. The dark-skinned man, the older man, looks at you and at your allies, and he says, "Oh, it's a godsend that you're here. We're dealing with frost giants. They're raiding us every night. They have for a week. We're running out of food. We need help. And we've been hoping there would be a patrol passing by, but there hasn't been anything. And everyone's just looking at us and keeping on riding by."
How many giants are we talking about?
He looks at this old lady, this elder, and she says,
5 by our last count. 5 frost giants.
Yeah, I can see why there not being any patrols would be an issue. How far from here are we talking?
"Oh, just, I didn't, it's only a few hours up the road this way. We don't have a lot we can give you. We just have some gold we've gathered from the rest of the village. We're from
We don't need it.
Let's
Orthwick."
worry about let's worry about fixing the problem, and then we'll figure out how to deal with recompense. Okay? Looks to me like you could use a hand. We do get paid to be Endswatch, so
I don't know what that means.
let's-
What is Endswatch?
Rangers out of the Endsmeet.
He's gonna roll a. He doesn't recognize
No
that.
one knows where
But
that
but the elder does. The elder nods and says,
Oh, that's good news. That's a kind blessing. All right. Please, if you wouldn't mind, just follow us.
and the younger woman says,
Are you sure you don't need any payment?
I think we're probably fine.
Think that you probably need that gold more than we do, particularly since you just said you were running out of food. You're probably going to need to trade with folks on the road for supplies.
"They've raided us every night for the last 5 days. They're gonna raid us again tonight. I guarantee it. And we tried
It would be nice if they came right to us.
last night. A few of us tried to scare them off. And he looks at the younger woman, and she, clearly looks stricken. And he says, and they were, well, crushed where they stood.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss. Frost Giant's a pretty big threat. I think we can probably handle it, but it's a very dangerous thing to tackle if you're not experienced with very large monster.
Well, we thought if we just showed some spine, they'd find somewhere else to raid. We were wrong. And none of us could speak giant, so it's not like we could warn them or anything. Not that it would have mattered. They cursed us like it was nothing. And with that, the three of
I
them,
don't speak giant either. Any of you guys speak giant?
No.
A little bit.
you speak giant.
Sounding.
He looks down at Artie the gnome on a giant ferret and says, "You speak giant?"
I know. Just a couple curse words.
Sounds like
Oh.
we're gonna have to talk to them in the language of swords.
Violence.
Yeah, I just know curse words.
You all certainly
Those will
look.
be good when we hit them.
You all certainly look
And a
kitted
giant
for it.
sword.
Right. I'm Randall. This is Elder Tilla, and this is Miss. And immediately the younger woman says,
Mrs. Tandy makes. Just because he's dead doesn't
Nice
mean
to
I'm
meet
not
you.
married.
Oh.
and
I'm sorry
Randall
for your
just-
loss again. I'm Velen. We're the Wild Hearts. And sounds like we've got a couple hours ride. So, let's start heading in that direction then.
They begin leading the way, and you watch ahead of you as Randall, the older man who looks kind of the way he's walking, he's clearly like a fisherman. He steps into the copse of trees behind where they were standing, and he pulls out this old rickety sled that's covered in like linens and rations and a small pouch you imagine was likely what they were going to offer you. And he begins pulling it as he's leading the way down this road. As they do.
This made me sad, Echo.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's a dark world, unfortunately, and there are monsters. As he's leading the way up this road is little more than a path. You can see immediately, as the snowfall is a lot less dense than it was yesterday, you can see the path where they pulled the sled up this way, and now they've turned and are going back. And as they're walking, Randall, like, over his shoulder says, "Frankly, I didn't think we would get lucky enough to find adventurers willing to take the job so quickly. We've only been out here a couple hours."
Fortunate we happened along.
No kidding.
We have. Well, we're on our way to Crosshatch, but I'm not going to just leave folks by the side of the road, particularly since I haven't seen any guardsmen.
No. And I have to assume it's what's going on up north. They've all just pulled out. I was hoping there might be some patrols still, but there's nothing. All of us down here are just left to squander.
Where's the
Fighting
fighting
must be
thickest?
bad.
The border between Aurelia and KO. You know, the fights broke out up there.
There's fighting up north?
He turns
Oh,
and
wait.
looks at you.
We
just
literally had
talking
this
about
We don't get out
conversation like an hour
much.
ago.
We don't get out much. I don't get out much. I don't even know where north is.
It's that way.
That way.
Yeah, Bella just like points.
Oh,
You find suddenly you're
You know where
walk. Huh? Go ahead.
No, I actually Tess asked them. I completely forgot.
Tess asked something. I didn't hear it at all.
Oh, it's fine. We got there. The question was answered.
Okay. Like suddenly you find yourselves walking across a stout, fairly long wooden bridge that looks like it was made by hand, but it looks like it was made well. It's well over 50 feet long, and it crosses over the Silmere at a fairly narrow point. You can hear the water rushing wildly underneath you as you cross over. As you do, you're on the far side of the Silmere. You realize you're probably going to have to go back over this bridge after you finish whatever it is you're doing with the town. But as you guys are following Randall, the elder Tilla says, "I'm surprised to hear there are Endswatch this far south. You said you were going to Crosshatch."
Yeah, we have some business in the capital actually, where we're hoping to get from Crosshatch to Rakau.
It's a long way from here. It's a long
Sure
journey
is.
during the winter.
Needs must.
Well, the least we can do is we have plenty of otterskin cloak left over, especially from those that used to have them. We can offer those in return. If you won't
You know
take
what
the
I could do?
gold.
That
I
would
can
be
make
very
you guys some little jackets out of frost giant hair, and that usually keeps people warm.
We have to kill the frost giants before you can help them.
Yeah.
The three that are
former-
leading you like look at each other a little disconcertedly, but they don't say anything as they
Yeah.
keep leading the way.
I think that warmer gear would be very welcome, and we'd appreciate it.
Well, some cloaks is the least we can do.
As a
Artie
show of
mean mugs you,
thanks.
Velen?
I didn't hear the word. I'm sorry.
I said Artie mean mugs you. Like,
Oh,
yeah, you need a warmer cloak. You need a fucking warmer cloak. Okay, I don't remember that.
I don't need. I don't need it, Artie.
Mhm.
I have the best cloak.
Yeah, you do. Mhm.
Eventually, you do arrive at the edge of Orthwick. This small, not like prominent village. It's little more than a hamlet. And you see that it's like the Silmere winds up really close to it. Let me go ahead and pull this over. That is loud. Why is that so loud? There we go. As you arrive in Orthwick, it's humble, to say the least. There are, like, the main stretch of Orthwick is, like, 9 little houses, and then one large, wider house that seems, at a glance, to be more like the universal building where the community seems to handle all of their business, including cooking and cleaning and crafting and everything else that a village might need to do underneath a roof during the heavy winter. As you guys are here, you notice there's not really an inn or a tavern or any sort of hospitality, and the whole place smells of fish really powerfully.
Oh.
It is a tiny little fishing hamlet. However, you can see down towards where, like, the river runs up alongside Orthwick. There are these docks that cut out into the river, and there are some absolutely destroyed buildings on the edges of the dock. It looks like, well, as they said, they are being raided. And some of these buildings definitely show signs of, like, old smoking racks and piles that where it looks like fish would have been hung to be prepared or smoked for rations, and they're all just gone.
Is it just food that they want? Does it look like they're taking anything else?
Roll a perception check. $22. Well, aside from the 4 very recent gravestones that are basically assembled toward the north side of the village, right where you were entering, basically alongside the large communal house, you just see the signs of what looks like food preparation huts are destroyed, and lots of empty places where there were likely crates and barrels that are just gone. You don't see any signs that, like, the buildings are just, like, the actual homes are destroyed or anything like that. It looks like these frost giants are coming up out of the water, raiding the pier, and then leaving. At least that's what you can tell with that perception check.
Okay. Tess will relay that to the group.
They're coming out of the water?
Yeah, it's strange to me too. I imagine that they must have some pretty thick skins and probably the cold doesn't bother them. But
It's shallow waters. They just wade right through it.
Anyways.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Right.
You said it's only been happening these last 5 days.
That's right.
Any idea what caused it?
They haven't been talking to us in a language we understand. They just showed up last Thursday and, well, they cleaned out almost all our winter stores. And all we have left is what's in the longhouse.
But do I know anything about frost giants? Like,
Roll a nature check.
don't know shit. Okay.
You know they're giants. You know they're selfish.
They're big. Yeah.
They're not stupid. You know that
You guys,
they're known, like there are stories about them being evil, but that's what you know, which isn't much.
Okay. Yeah.
do you know where they live?
No, we haven't exactly had an opportunity to send out a tracking party. The bravest of us died last night.
Oh.
We'll get them. We'll get them for you.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Language, Claudia.
We understand being
Fuck them.
we understand being hungry, but now it's our turn. So, any
Yeah, we're gonna eat them.
what?
Sorry, I misread that.
I don't think giant would be good eating. It's like eating a person, and what's not.
I was
that's no
confused
good.
too.
We know they just want the food because before they crushed Damien and the other fish
Echo,
heads.
Since I just did not roll very well on a sleight of hand check, Velen is trying to surreptitiously, but she's not very surreptitious. She's trying to slip some platinum into the pouch on their sled.
What did you roll? A 12.
A 12.
Oh.
Okay, let's see if they notice.
Would they say anything if they did?
I think she's pickpocketing them.
The older black guy doesn't notice. He's busy talking and he's like pointing out different parts of the town. And the young widow is like looking out at the forest line and paying close attention to see if the giants are appearing. But the old elder lady sees you do that, and you see her face split into a small smile, and she just pats you on the leg on the side of your horse.
So I just slipped just 20 platinum pieces into
Jesus
there.
Christ. Okay.
So much
20
fun.
platinum? Yeah, all right.
20 platinum.
No wonder you
Money.
weren't subtle about it. You like dumped a garbage bag full of coin.
It was like a fist, just like a full fist of money.
Just
Just
take
like, Not subtle. Velen looks a little self-conscious because she's clearly been caught, but she doesn't say anything.
Don't acknowledge me. Don't perceive my kindness.
She doesn't say anything, but she does just pat you on the leg with a small smile.
So
It-
they've said that they've been coming in through the water, like on the left hand, like when I'm looking at the left hand side here.
Yeah, okay, so this splash is not exactly accurate to like the map. This is just
Okay.
a vibe. From the perspective of where you guys entered, Orthwick has a number of entrances into the actual like main proper, and you see that the town itself is kind of nestled in this rocky crag between all the trees. As you've entered, right in front of you is the longhouse. To your right and beyond, like the small boats that are pulled up on the shore, you see the pier and the river itself. So from your perspective, they would be coming from your right, from where you're standing. You also notice a lot of these small buildings, there's like a couple lanterns or fires clearly lit inside them. And you can see the silhouettes of people like looking out, but absolutely not coming out. No one, the only people outside right now are the three that you're talking to. It seems as though the hamlet of Orthwick is scared. That's the vibe you guys get.
So can I kind of like go and like case like where they're saying the like giants come into town?
Oh yeah,
What
roll
exactly
investigation.
Does that look like?
Yeah, roll investigation.
She was casing
Like,
places.
like while everybody's having this conversation, as soon as they go is that, like
Mhm.
Quill will wander off. Oh, and then I should use the correct character sheet. Sorry.
Ricky.
You have more than one? Oh,
Ricky.
Well, I need to use the one in Foundry.
yeah.
Do you not want Ricky investigating?
No, we do not. With a
Make 'em
30.
mean stew, though.
Okay. There are
There's
lots
a big
of...
brain over here.
There's a what?
I just said we've got the big brain over here.
Oh.
It's not important.
With a 30, Quill, yeah. Frost giant footprints they're unmistakable. They're enormous. They're easy to track. Even without a survival check, you can easily tell where they come in. There are broken dock boards on the edge of the pier where the docks run out over the river, and there is an inlet in the docks where it's clear the frost giants are climbing up and then coming into, like, the town proper. Now, the hamlet itself is very small. It's like these 9 buildings and then the dock. And there's not really much room otherwise. It seems like, especially during the winter, much of the hamlet is concentrated in this small living space. And it's you, with that investigation, it's kind of asking for trouble, everyone being so close together and all of their resources being so close together. Why don't you roll me a nature check, Quill? What happened to the sound?
He ain't got no sound.
What happened to the music?
Sleeping.
No.
Music is afraid of the giants.
Oh,
I get it.
Okay, got it. I found it. All right. With a 21, you gather from what you've seen. It looks like these frost giants are, well, not delicate in how they are removing the stocks and supplies from this village. You see that they probably weren't here long in any of the cases that they were here. It would probably take someone trained in survival to really understand exactly how things went down. But you also know that the frost giants didn't give a shit about the cold. Hence the name. They are here for food, and the cold, icy river water is no hindrance to them.
So they've been coming after nightfall, and it's probably what, like noon, since it was a couple of hours trek. From
Well,
where
it was
here.
about noon, it was about 1 o'clock when you
Oh,
found
okay.
these folks on the side of the road. It's
Okay.
about 4 in the afternoon right now, as you
So
are
we probably got like
investigating.
a couple of hours before the attack.
Yeah, suns go down around 6 o'clock right now. What'd you say, Claudia?
I said, what time of night do they usually come? Like
Uh,
late evening?
It varies. The first night it was around 1 in the morning. But since then it's gotten earlier and earlier. Last night it was not long after the suns had set.
She'll look at her party, the Wild Hearts. Do you think there'd be enough time for me to see if I could hunt some food for these people?
We probably have some time.
I'm also pretty quick.
I was thinking maybe we could try to set up somehow, but I don't know anything about fortifying a pier.
We could
So-
hide and ambush them when they show up.
Definitely.
So if we fortify them, they'll know something's up.
Yeah, you're right. But trying to find some game to help people eat doesn't seem like a bad call.
If you want to try and set a
Yeah,
trap of some kind, you could lay out some game.
Artie and Quill could do that. Well, this food's supposed to be for you. But I guess you could eat it after we kill the giants.
Oh, don't get me wrong. We're all very hungry. We're having to ration what we have, and we have enough for maybe 2 more days.
I could definitely get you some food.
That'll be
Wish I could,
appreciated.
wish I could still make
And-
those berries.
And you guys could make the trap.
Larry
She'll look
can
at Quill and
berries.
Artie.
Oh yeah, Artie
Larry
said that
berry.
Cliff cries good berries. What?
Yeah.
Larry can cast a few spells, as I've told you. And that's one.
He cried a good berry. Her berry.
And you'll watch, like, Larry weave 10 little, what's it, silk balls, and put them into Cliff's hands, and they pop into good berries.
The villagers' reaction to this are varied. The
That's
elder just like tilts her head and says, "It takes all kinds." The fisherman like recoils.
Abject fear.
And the young widow like looks at what's happening and she says, "Oh. Well,
Now eat them.
It's alright. I've long since gotten used to it.
I'm sure you have." You offer them a berry?
Yeah, I have my hand outstretched. Like,
The fisherman is like hesitating as he looks at it, but the elder immediately reaches out and plucks one, and then she looks at the other two and says, "Don't be such cowards." And she eats one immediately.
Yeah.
The fisherman
They
like
worth the
sees
nourishment.
the elder eat it, and the elder immediately like looks like she relaxes a little. All right. Well, that's a new one. Regardless, thank you. And he does take one gingerly, and he like looks at it, and he like tries rubbing his finger on it to see if there's spider web on it. Eventually, he like delicately puts it in his mouth, and he's like, "Oh, it's been a couple days. Thank you." Eventually, the widow also eats one, but she does it carefully, but much less like cautiously than the fisherman did. Are the
I mean, I don't know what kind of trap you guys want to set up, but
Maybe
I
a
think
big
our best
hole
course
for
of
them to
action-
fall into.
Well, Alright,
they come
I-
through a lake, like a very
I can-
shallow.
I
they're
can make
pulling
some-
themselves up the pier, though, so I don't know how important the pier is to the town. But if there's anything we
could
want to set
rebuild
up
it.
with the pier,
We're good woodworkers. If you break the pier, it's already broken halfway through. What's more important is just that we can beach the boats, and we don't need the pier for that.
I can
Don't-
make something magical. I could make a glyph that explodes if we can lure them in a certain direction.
That could be
well,
useful.
could we just place it on the pier if they're pulling themselves up when they touch the pier?
Seems like a good idea.
They're gonna
I mean, as
come
long
up on land. They always have. They come up on land, and they tore down the storage shacks that were up on the actual shore, and they came up farther every night. So I don't know how explosive what you're talking about is. But if it's
Pretty explosive.
well, why don't you take a look and see how much room it'll take? And with that, I'm going to show you the actual map.
Couldn't Quill also
map.
drop that big Artie spell at the same time the glyph goes off? As long as we're not.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
the way.
I got big spells too. I can also slow them down or even hinder their movement in the water, and I kind of like twist lightning beam between my fingers.
I got
sure
Bane. I got
more
Shatter.
I
if
could
they're in the water.
I could theoretically control water, but I don't know how useful that's going to actually be if the water's not really a hindrance to them. And they're probably pretty good at
They're going to be pretty.
con. They're really con heavy, so I don't think that's going to be useful.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can
As
tap
everybody's
them.
kind of like talking about their various skills and stuff, I'm gonna lean over to the old woman and say, "If we get through this thing, I think we need to be talking about how you all are fish in a barrel. Some town planning that we might need to talk about.
Long-term solutions.
Well, we'd always kind of enjoyed some solitude out here. Not being found was our gamut. And that all changes when you're found.
I'm gonna say it's a lot of solitude, right? Together, like right on top of each other, so.
There are outlying farms and such. Just during the coldest months we gather. You
I think it's very
understand.
sweet. It's like a pack.
Right. A pack. And this is the map. Once it loads for all of you.
I could be bait.
Yeah, you could.
You wouldn't make a
snack.
mouthful.
You are a morsel.
Bite-sized Snickers bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy pickings, right? That's what they think.
Claudia is not going to waste any more light since they come in the evening, and she's going to go hunt some food for whether it's a trap or for just to feed the people.
Okay. That's going to be based around survival.
When she's in the tree line, she turns into a wolf.
Oh. Well, before that, does anybody else want to help hunt? Okay.
I'm not keeping up with you.
It's fair.
Yeah,
Cliff can help.
I don't think I would be. I don't think I would.
Tess,
I
Tess
would
isn't
probably
going to help
hinder
hunt,
her.
but Tess is going to create food and water.
Okay. Cliff, you said you'd help?
Yeah, he'll give her advantage.
Okay. So
with it.
Cliff, okay.
You'll
Well,
help me. Help me hunt. I'll be your wolf dog.
yeah, together, let's see here. All right. You guys work together, so Claudia, roll me survival with advantage.
My survival's +6. Advantage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, yeah, 24.
Okay, 24 in survival. Let's make a note of that.
Ooh.
Quill, you said you were doing something that I missed?
Don't think so.
Okay.
Was I? I don't think I was.
I don't
No,
know.
Just talking to the old
No, I
lady.
just like had that side conversation.
Okay, gotcha. Talking about how they are fish in a barrel, basically.
Yeah.
And they admit that, but they basically say that they had safety in stealth until they
Never
were
been a problem
fucking,
before until now.
yeah, until they were found by random frost giants. You said you're creating food and water, Tess.
I am, yeah. I'm imagining that it's not like, because I've described before, we did this in the Feywild, and it's not going to be like super enticing food. I think the fresh kill is going to be way better as bait and also honestly way better as food.
Mhm.
Like she basically does really hearty loaves of bread that are
It's like
dense.
communion wafers.
Yeah, they're dense. They don't taste like a lot, and then they're not flat like communion wafers, but yeah, they're like a big, like a really dense pumpernickel.
It's almost like hardtack, basically, right? Like just
Yeah,
these
like
big
hardtack,
biscuits.
basically. And
Okay.
then the water is clean, but it has this like taste that's like vaguely I want to say medicinal, but not in like a modern way. Like more like it tastes like a tincture almost.
Oh, so it's like it almost has like
Are
herbs
there-
in it that
Yeah,
are
it's like herbal.
slightly
Very
unpleasant.
herbal. Yeah.
Are there kids in this village at all?
Okay, so the
It's
only
like a
three
murder hiding.
people, yeah, people are not out. Like,
Got it.
you could look for them or you could ask, but like aside from hiding in their homes or in the longhouse, no one's coming out.
Yeah, Tess will bring her food to the longhouse.
Um,
I'm just kind of put it there. for
how
folks to
much food do you make?
get. I think it's create food and water is 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water, but it can sustain up to 15 humanoids for 24 hours. It is bland but nourishing, and it spoils if uneaten after 24 hours.
Okay. Do you cast it once?
How many? I don't know how many people there are. I would cast it multiple times.
Okay.
It would be
When you
helpful.
go up to the longhouse and bring the food in, like you open the door and you see that in the longhouse, like along the wall, there's this broad table that's basically just, it looks like a tree that was cut in half and both sides of it
are a table. And you see there's just dozens of people that are hiding behind the table. It looks like there's maybe like 15 families just hiding in this longhouse.
That is a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Tess is in for a penny. Tess is gonna bring all this food. She's gonna be like,
Velen will
Lots
help
of it.
carry the food, and she's gonna use prestidigitation on a cubic foot of the bread to make it taste like fresh raspberries.
oh, I
The
love
rest of
that.
it's all gonna taste like bread, but 1 cubic foot of the created
It's gonna be
bread is
really
gonna
good.
taste like
Okay.
Delicious.
You
Delicious.
It's
I love how you
like
don't make the
apple-sized
bread taste like bread.
Yeah, fuck that.
Nope.
I'm a divine instrument.
Spade bread.
So there's like a couple loaves of this bread is going to be very confusing, but delicious. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
I'm helping, but in a very weird way. That's my
She's-
thing.
Tess,
like
Tess is
Velen.
gonna look at people. Go look. I can't do a whole lot of these, but it will go bad after 24 hours. So come
Yep.
and make sure that you eat it.
There's like this
So-
slightly bolder woman from behind the table just says, "And who are you?"
I'm a servant of Tamino, and I'm here to help. My friends, the Wild Hearts. This is Velen. She's a bard and a paladin.
I am.
As soon as you say that you're a servant of Jamino, whispers of you being a cleric like spread out throughout the room,
Oh.
and it's not a welcome reaction.
Interesting.
Everyone is like suspicious. Mostly you get just like weird like stares. But immediately like the woman just says, "But the food's good for 24 hours then.
24 hours.
Come along." And she like just starts urging like other people to go up and get some. You get the impression, despite the suspicion, they're hungry enough that they'll take whatever they can get.
Makes a lot of sense. There aren't any components for this, but it is conjuration, so it's not. But I think what Tess is going to do, because she's a changed cleric, and there's more here than will be fed by just one spell, she's going to cast it again, but she's going to quietly do it kind of on the table this time, and it's just a handful of acorns that become bread and water.
So you set acorns on the table and they change into that?
Yes.
Okay. That was just a confusing wording at first. Just all right.
Sorry.
No worries. Got it now. You are. It's not quite gratitude. This is an experience that you would have seen before. People being suspicious of clerics. This is a thing that happens, particularly around places where clerics haven't been around for a while. But you're performing magic and you are providing a thing that these people desperately need. So some people are definitely like, "Thank you kindly." But a lot of people are like wary and they're like careful as they take bites of the food. But when they are not immediately feeling sensations of burning or poison or anything, they eat it. But it's kind of an uncomfortable feeling.
Sure.
Whatever you do with that is up to you.
Tess sits with that and tries to understand it. Is what she's gonna do.
That's fair.
Velen, seeing this reaction and these people who are like tense and desperate and starving and eating their sad, dense pumpernickel, tries to solve it the way that bards solve problems like this.
Oh boy.
By trying to give them a song.
Yep.
The instant you show like the preparations to give a song, everyone is interested. People have gone from the suspicion of this cleric to, holy shit, a minstrel? This is a thing they haven't gotten to see very often.
There's a traveling minstrel pulling out like instruments and setting up.
You hear mutterings of like, we haven't had music since what and whatever died of the pox or whatever. So by all means, roll performance.
All right. Now there is nothing subtle about Velen performing, but let's see what I got here.
There's
One
something
sec.
subtle about Velen.
Is she playing
Sure.
her bagpipes? What is she playing?
Just make it as
I
loud
think
as you
we're-
can. The whole forest
No, I
needs
think
to
we're
hear.
I think we're starting with the panpipes. They're sort of her signature instrument.
For sure.
Assuming I can find my performance button. Here it is. Yeah, it's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
And she starts like keeping time with a stomp and just trying to brighten the mood a little bit and just like try to get people involved, you know, just sort of turn it up a little bit at the loghouse.
Okay. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Sure. As you begin to play music throughout the longhouse, and everyone is immediately just like enraptured, paying close attention, and some people are kind of pulled out of the fear as they let themselves be absorbed by the music, and some dancing starts to happen. Not a lot, just off on the sides, but this is levity and entertainment they haven't had probably at the least for days, but could be much longer, as it looks like it's been a fairly hard winter so far.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Artie,
Meanwhile.
Yeah.
you and Quill are out in the hamlet proper. Quill is investigating the damage and situation down by the pier. And as you can see it, the pier is fairly wide. It has 2 docks that stretch out into the actual river, though none of the boats are actually in the water. You do see signs of boats that look like they've been stepped on and are completely sunk. But there are a number of boats that look like they were put up for the winter, but look like they can easily be restored and used to fish again.
Do I see a pattern of where these giants are coming up from? Like, are they coming up in a specific spot multiple times? Is it look like they're spread out?
So, roll a survival.
Seven.
7. Their footprints are huge, but it's really hard to tell, like, what direction they're going. There's just a bunch of them.
Yeah.
You know he said there were 5. And so you kind of have to take his word for it. You can't really read the footprints very well.
Okay.
But they look like, generally, they're just coming up the middle of the pier. It looks like come right up the center and then spread out left and right into the open, like, shore in between the main buildings here.
Gotcha.
What you do with that information
you were
is
gonna
up
say
to you.
something before I cut you off.
Me?
Okay.
No. You're good.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Quill. So I mean, our best course of action is definitely going to be to either slow him down or kind of make a cutoff point. I like the Glyph of Warding spell, but we can also do 2 big AoE spells as they try to breach the bridge. I can even kind of be bait.
That's sounding good to me.
Just remember, don't point that ring anywhere near me.
Right.
It's
That's
big,
the giants.
Big. Yeah. You get all of
So,
them.
so you're going to do it from one direction. You want me to come in from the other direction?
Yeah, maybe even if, like, it's just me and you can hide somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
you know, kind of point, like, I can just be sitting on the dock here pretending to fish. And then if you, like, over here, we kind of just bada bing, bada boom. And then when I start running, maybe have the glyph up here on the entry point, middle of the dock.
Yeah, cool. Just kind of like survey everything. What
Some other shit
exactly?
I can do that slows them down, too.
Yeah, what exactly are we looking at here? Is this like something I would be able to hide in?
I can't see your... Oh, that... So those are what once were these wide crates that were full of fish. Now they are just fucking piles of broken lumber. You could hide underneath it.
I
Help me.
I could
Grab
hide
this.
there, or I could be hiding in one of these
Watch.
boats back here.
Help me grab these 2 big pieces of planks. We're gonna kind of come up here, and I'm gonna prop up some planks to make like, almost like a, put it facing perpendicular, and then maybe just like 2 of them, so it's just like a small makeshift wall.
Okay.
Like a lean-to?
what-
You can do like an L. Yeah, pretty much. Like it even could be L-shaped, so it's kind of cut off, but you can kind of pop out.
What's Artie's strength score? Just curious. Like,
This is kind of low. It's like a 12.
oh, okay. So you'll
Well,
notice
okay,
like you had to
hold
do a lot
on.
of that work if we both did it together.
That's above average strength.
Yeah, 12 is above a commoner. It's you're strong. You're not like a ripped beefcake, but you're not weak.
Yeah. Okay.
Just ask because like if we're carrying wood together, you're gonna notice you're probably doing more of the work than Quill.
Okay. No. It's just because the angle, because I'm shorter. You just gotta.
You're a
use
little
your legs
guy,
a
but
little
it
bit
seems like you've got a good grip.
No, I'm talking about you, not me.
Oh, right. Oh,
There you
no,
wait, yeah.
that's.
So it's about the angle. Here, I'll hold it up a little bit higher. Kind of hold it up to make it even with you. Okay, yeah, that's better. Just kind of just want to make a little makeshift wall, so if they're approaching from like this direction, she can be behind full cover,
Okay.
even if it's not sturdy. Just for the element of
So
surprise factor.
where is it? Please ping.
Just want to like put like a wall, like just like a board or 2 propped up, like against this, so it's like, yeah,
There's lots of lumber, like broken.
like this. Yeah.
Okay. So
Like that, pretty much. Just draw
why
like,
is
a
it
wall.
white?
Yep.
Why does it have to be white? Okay, hold on.
On the snow ground.
Yeah, really. Thank you so much, Foundry. Okay, hold on. There we go. That work out for you? Is that what you
I'm
mean?
thinking. Yeah, pretty much. Just some form of cover from a different direction. Because, alright, so I'm gonna pretty much just be over here kicking my little feet, pretending to fish on the
So-
ice. So I'm gonna punch a little hole in the ice.
You are aware, Quill and Artie, that the path the giants have taken, they're going literally right over where you are planning. Like, this and this, these boards show signs of frost giants crushing the dock boards there. Like, parts of the boards are down in the water from them stomping on them. They're probably going to go right where you're sitting at the moment.
Okay.
But
Maybe I use
suppose the
Claudia
question-
as bait, and then I go over here, and then we hit them from both angles.
Well, do we
Well,
even
yes,
need
baby.
bait, or if they're going to be coming into the town anyway, do we just wait for them to
Oh.
come?
Yeah, I just feel real awkward if like they decided to come up like over there, or like over there, not through the middle. You know, trying to guarantee a middle funnel.
Fair enough.
Claudia's real fast though.
Well, okay then.
Speaking
She
of
doesn't mind being bait.
Claudia and Cliff, you
No,
guys,
Cliff, I would hate to be bait.
You're a wolf.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean I can't talk because I am a wolf? You were correct.
Yeah.
unless she's like just in hybrid form. You know, Cliff, I would hate to be bait. Like, Jesus Christ. Okay. You guys are hunting. You rolled really good on your survival.
Mhm.
Okay, so roll me a D100, please.
Me or Cliff?
I don't care.
You.
You do. Oh, okay. 37.
Okay.
Dirty 7.
Dirty is 7.
Yeah, it's, honestly, I heard Dirty 7 too, and then I was like, wait, what?
Dirty 7.
How much time do you guys spend hunting?
At least until like the sun sets.
So the sun is going to set in 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how successful they are.
That's not what I'm asking.
How much buffalo can you carry back to the wagon?
So with a
Probably like
30,
an hour and a half.
Well,
to
if
give
they
it
don't
time.
if they don't have anything by or like minimally by sundown, she'd want to push for a little bit longer.
okay.
That's what I mean.
With that survival roll, you guys are going to find success. I need to know how much success, which is why I'm asking how long do you spend hunting. The 37 determines what
It's not
kind of game you
urban.
found.
Right. So they said that they've been coming earlier and earlier, and they came not too long after after the sunset. Correct?
Right.
This most recent time. So once the sun like set, she would probably indicate to Cliff that she thinks that they should go back.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. It's not the tastiest of game, but together, following the powerful scent of smell and Cliff's talent in actually identifying game trails, the two of you end up finding 6 coyote.
My smaller.
You
weaker
are
cousin.
so much faster than them that the instant you find one, you're basically on it and it's dead. So really the question is, how many coyote could you find? And the answer is 6.
Mhm.
You also find one grouse.
Once they. Oh, it's a bird.
Yes.
Okay. After they hit their 6 and Claudia sees the sun pretty much set, she would turn back into a person and sling like 3 of the coyotes over her shoulders.
Okay. So you
Time to
have
head back.
Thanks for the help. Yeah, we should make sure that we're ready for whatever they've planned.
All right.
All right. So, as the suns are nearing the treetops, very much like the light getting harsher and darker, I imagine you are not playing the panpipes this whole time.
I mean, I think when she sees how starved these people have been for music, Vellen's instinct is to start taking requests after she plays her first song. So she could very well be playing the entire time.
Anyways, here's Wonderwall.
Right. Just basically, what do people want to hear? And she'll switch to singing if there's specific songs people want. But she's gonna sort of. I mean, if somebody comes to get her and wants her to be more concretely useful in planning to fight frost giants, she would do that. But her best skill set really is in trying to help with the morale of all of these people, and so it's sort of where she would plant herself, not given other directive.
While that's all happening, Tess, what are you up to?
I think it is very clear the way that they are made uncomfortable by Tess, and the very opposite way that they are made excited and joyful by Velen. So I think she's going to slip out after the food is made and distributed. And I think she's gonna just quietly hang out a little bit at the fresh graves and say a little blessing over them.
What does the blessing sound like?
The blessing sounds like, hang on, I wrote it down. Jamino, bless these souls and grace these people with perspective to grow through this tragedy and into wisdom.
You realize as you are saying this blessing, the young widow is like around the corner of the edge of the longhouse and is just like watching you.
I think she will kind of turn her head and be approachable if she wants to be approached, but I don't think she will directly approach unless the widow wants to talk to her.
When it's clear that you've noticed her presence, the young woman like looks awkwardly and steps out, and she's kind of like fidgeting with these heavy mitts on her hands underneath the dense cloak, and she's just like almost like wringing her hands through the mittens, and eventually she just says, "We never took much stock in that sort of thing, but now that he's gone, it feels right that you've done that."
I appreciate that. I didn't mean any harm or offense, and I know that sometimes that's how people take it. It's, the gods are working hard to earn back everybody's trust. It takes time.
I grew up hearing you shouldn't count on him for nothing. So it's always strange whenever folk like you appear, and then it's always the same. It's always, no matter how uncomfortable or tense it might get, you're always nice about it.
Well, it's my understanding that for a long time the gods were pretty distant. I mean, before they were gone. And it's pretty important to them and to me that they don't feel so distant anymore.
Well,
If I can help you feel better, I know there's not a whole lot of ways, but I happen to be a cleric of the god of change, and you're going through a pretty big and rough change. And I can't tell you it's going to be painless. I can't tell you that it's going to be better tomorrow, but what I can tell you is that you're going to learn something from this. And you're going to keep that in your heart forever. Really, whether you want to or not. And what you get to do now is decide how you want to use that.
well, what change made it so that those frost giants came here in the first place? Because we've been safe and alone for years.
I don't know, but my team can try to find out, because if this is something that's sort of happened out of nowhere, that seems like good information that we can try to hunt down.
You do that.
Yeah, I can even ask them. I don't know if they're gonna really want to talk, but I can cast a spell so that I'll understand them.
Okay. Well, what you just did over Damien? What did that do?
Well, it let my god know that I would like her to watch over that soul. And she's pretty responsive to that.
I hope that means the best for him.
But I'll admit, the prayer was mostly for you.
Me?
Yeah? You're the one going through the change. The whole town is.
Oh,
My job as a cleric, the last rites, they're just as much about the living as they are about the dead.
Do you
You're
think
the one that has to. You're the one that has to do the hard part. You have to keep living.
I haven't looked at it like that before? I suppose I should thank you?
I appreciate that, but you don't have to.
Well, I don't know much about this and that, but I do know that you're here to help. So
I
thank
am.
you for that.
We all are. And you're welcome. We're going to bring you back all the information we can.
She sees over your shoulder as Cliff and Claudia like appear around the edge of the buildings with just a handfuls of coyote. And you just see her eyes light up and she says, "Oh, fresh meat. Oh." And she just
It's a
looks,
little gamey.
she just, like, the widow is the one who's closest to this as you guys arrive, and she just, like, runs up to you. Like, everything about Tess, like, forgotten. She just says, "Thank you so much. Oh, gods." As, you know, food has, real food with flavor has appeared. Not just raspberry. That being said, it is now dark. Which means, if there's any last-minute preparations you guys want to do, it's any minute the frost giants might appear.
So where do you want us, Quill, Artie?
Well, Tess, how many of those glyphs can you do? One?
So I just realized this. They take diamond dust, and we don't even have enough for a revivify, but we.
How much do you have? How much does it need?
It
He's
needs
fantasy.
200 per.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I don't get that. No.
I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. I think,
You can't get it for me.
yeah, I think your idea is better than this.
All right, so me and Quill, we're gonna
You,
be
like,
kind of in the fray.
You have a vision
some-
of 250
we got
gold
stuff.
banasite just vanishing in the wind in an explosion.
Yeah, no, I don't have any actually. They're fresh out. Zeke, yeah.
Tess is not going to bother rolling insight on it. She's like, "It's okay, Artie. We don't need it. It's this.
Nah,
it was just
I
an
don't
idea."
even have it even if we did, you know.
Don't lie to me, friend.
Nah, it's okay.
You always have fantasite. It's fine. We don't have to use it for this.
It's crazy.
But actually, but Artie, could I have 50 gold of it in case we need to revivify someone, please?
Yeah, I can do 50.
Okay, thank you.
Suddenly you have some.
Somebody's life.
Yeah, there wasn't any, but now there's some.
Okay.
So where
so-
would you like me? I'll stand wherever.
All right, so we. All right.
Bella's
Quill's gonna be over
just
there.
like quickly finishing up her show and then running out to find the others. Like,
Thank you.
Yeah, Velen, there's like
Gonna
this,
be
you.
tucked over there.
as your
one night
last
only. Gotta go.
as your last song is like finishing up, everyone was like still enjoying the music, but there's like tension that was not there as people are seeing out the window that it is dark out.
Yeah.
So you join the others.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, sorry. Here I am.
Rocking like a hurricane. I got you. No problem. No problem. Okay. So the game plan is we're gonna try to funnel and keep everybody kind of. I'm gonna try to use some stuff to slow. Me and Quill both have something that can do some good collective damage. Claudia, you're gonna be bait. You're okay with that,
Aw,
right?
Cliff, remember what I said about that?
No. 'cause you were
Oh, I
like,
was a wolf when I said it. I said roar, roar, roar.
Who's that?
I guess you didn't take my meaning.
You
Artie,
see
do I
Larry
have
nods
to?
in the eye.
I mean, you're the fastest. It's either
I
that or me, and
guess.
I got little legs.
No, I
I
wouldn't
can be
want you to
bait.
do
I'm
that.
shiny.
Do you want me to die?
Yeah, but can you
No.
take a hit?
I could. No. I mean, I
I
gotta be
can
real.
I can stand there. I can bang on my shield. Where do you want me?
The general consensus of what I want to happen is we're gonna try to get as much collective damage as possible, and then kind of split them up, right? And try to pick them off from there. So Quill's gonna be hanging
Okay.
out over here. I'm gonna be tucked over here after the initial.
Uh-huh.
Claudia, you're gonna be right in the middle. We want them kind of funnel in through it. And you're just
We
gonna sit there and you're gonna be fishing with a fishing pole. And once you see, you can even kind of scatter back a little bit, gain some room. We can put some more little small barricades over here just for cover, for anybody else who wants to get an edge. And the big aspect of this is getting as much damage as possible on the opener, right? We want to get them before they
Right.
know it's coming, because Claudia, if you have 5 frost giants hitting you, it's gonna be a problem. So let's try to
Yeah,
pick off
I
one or two
agree.
before we get in there.
Claudia,
Okay.
Tess is gonna cast Vigilant Blessing on you. Is gonna touch like kind of pat your head, and the 3 eyes of Jamino will appear over your head, and you have advantage on initiative because I think that'll
Ooh,
be
thank
more
you.
through the bait. And I'm also going to touch everybody, and the eyes are going to open on all of our foreheads. And I'm going to give everybody Eyes of Night, so we have dark vision to 300 feet for an hour.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. That's much bigger
Nice.
than my usual dark vision.
Also, Claudia,
Huh.
I need you to get one of those coyotes and kind of look more appetizing. Or
Oh,
you can even be
wait.
a wolf. You could just be a fishing wolf, and maybe they want to eat a
Right,
wolf.
there's so many of those.
I hear some sarcasm.
You
from
think
you.
that I guess they have been avoiding the people. You think should I just play dead? Like maybe I'm an offering?
A dead wolf? Yeah, I like that. That works.
Okay.
Okay. And I want everybody to kind of, whatever you have that can keep them at range until we dwindle their numbers a little bit. Try to do that, Velen. I know you like to just run into really rough situations. So just give it a minute or so before you do it. Okay.
I got
Give
you.
it some time. But yeah, I don't want to see you.
I
going
don't
down that
actually
quick.
want to get crushed by a giant. I was thinking I might
Okay.
try and use Bane to make them a little bit more susceptible. And then try to, throw some magic at them.
So this is the thing, right? These guys, even though they're giants, they're not necessarily stupid.
Okay.
They might not fall for everything, right? So we can't just anticipate them being big dumb oafs, right? So we want them to think that they're making out like bandits with this. That this is just fresh, easy pickings. So I actually
Okay.
like the Wolf Claudia idea. Food's food to them.
Play dead? I did learn
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I can roll over too.
From across the river, there is a
Uh-oh.
very loud, thunderous
Scatter.
of a crack of a tree.
Claudia turns into a
Position.
wolf and rolls onto her back.
Positions, everybody. Echo, I'm kind of just hiding behind like a barrel or something since I'm
Places.
small.
Places.
So
Okay.
that's fine.
You see
It's
where you're
hurting.
hiding. Well, all of you see.
Where
So
am I?
you're up. You are not.
I'm not where I need to be.
No.
Hang on. fix
Tess,
that.
wherever you're going to be, you should probably put yourself there. And the
Behind,
villagers,
like, the boats or the.
like the villagers, very warily go into the longhouse, and you just see them looking out the windows. The next thing you all notice is that billowing out from the trees is fog.
Oh my god, they have a spellcaster. We're fucked.
Before any further, I'd like all of you to roll me initiative.
No. Ooh, I get advantage.
You
Because
do.
we had some clava on the road.
Yeah, we should have drankened some clobber.
Why?
That's a good time for that.
So many dice.
Did I roll a natural 20? I did!
Artie?
Caffeinated Claudia Wolf, ready to go.
Yeah.
Advantage.
Might re-roll that.
An urge.
What is it?
I have 1 unit. Oh,
Okay.
An 8.
Are you
I have
re-rolling it?
2 inspiration.
Do you want an
Really
inspiration,
want to
dude?
get under.
Do you want an inspiration? One of mine. Take it.
Okay, that's better. 16. That is definitely better.
This is going to impact like when I can set off my spell. Is that correct?
So
there, like,
right now,
We should
surprise
get a
here?
surprise round if they don't notice us.
so we're
Depends on
not
how-
okay. So
if
we're
they
not
don't-
gonna start the combat this session because it's just gonna take too long.
Because it's 9:12.
However, your surprise round, you guys are going. What you guys are aiming for right now is a surprise round. And there's going to be some rolls, basically to see how sneaky, and should some of you or all of you manage to hide your presence and intentions from the giants, those who do will have a surprise round on them. The order of initiative that we've just rolled, it's only going to affect when what you do occurs based on your allies. Because
Okay,
if you've surprised the frost giants, they won't have an initiative yet until their surprise is over. If that makes sense.
Okay, got it. Yep.
So, that being said, we're going to stop the session here before we go any farther. We're going to go ahead and wrap it. So let me go ahead and pull up the splash.
Come on, one more hour.
I'm afraid not. As we come to the end of the session,
Toast.
I want to thank you all for playing
Alas.
with me tonight. I hope you had a good time. Before we go any farther, we must give our players an opportunity to vote on something they liked from somebody else. And we're going to start alphabetically at the top with AJ.
Let's see. I'm really enjoying getting to know everybody's characters more. I think this session already had a number of things that made me laugh, including the way in which birds and soldiers migrate north. So that is where my vote is going.
I forgot about that.
Okay. Next, Dooch.
I'm actually gonna give it to Cliff's crying berries. His ice spider berries. I thought that was funny and neat, and I wasn't expecting that. Barry was happy.
Okay. Next, Pen.
This is begrudging. Despite all odds and all sense of reason, I'm starting to find the spider in Cliff's head endearing, and I hate it. He makes little berries. The fact that he knits them and also tiny socks is adorable, and I am mad about it. So take it, you scum.
Okay.
I heard Sal laugh from here, but it didn't pick up on her mic. So at least someone laughed.
I'm
I'm
crying.
muted, but yeah.
Remembered Orison.
Can't believe you. Larry has never done anything wrong in his life.
Honorable mention to Larry because because I'm so glad that we have good berries in the party again. I was so sad to let that go from Tess. But I am going to give it to Velen for being just so quintessentially a bard and cheering everybody up. And being like, the way that I can help before this combat is to cheer everybody up with music, and I love that.
Fair enough. Okay, Sal.
My vote is for Tess for the very good advice that she gave to the person who is mourning the person that they love, that she should also take herself. And I thought it was a really good moment, and I liked it a lot. I also very much enjoy Larry's good berry and also Artie's soldier migration, but that was a really good moment, and I think it was sort of highlighted the cleric's role really well, and I liked it.
Last but not least, Sleepy.
I give it Artie for telling these people, oh yeah, you can have frost giant meat.
Or cloaks or something like that.
Yeah,
You can eat them.
and-
It was just
oh
horrendous.
yeah, you can eat them, and then saying that you can have their hair as cloaks.
The
kind of
idea of
uniquely.
fighting the idea of fighting the battle just not having occurred to him, just sort of like, yeah, of course we'll win, and then we'll give you all this, and it'll be great.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, all right. So, fair enough. We have a tie. Sleepy and Dooch, you've both earned the player's vote for inspiration. Well done. And as we come to the end of the session, once again, thank you for playing with me. And as for all of you who are at home or at work watching, hi Emily, hi AJ, hi Sleepy, hi Class, hi Pen, hi everybody else. We love you all. And I wish you a good night.